Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Shari Horne, who is the Laguna Woods mayor. Well, Shari, thank you for joining us. It's very nice to meet you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a real treat.
So we were talking offline a little bit about terms, and I didn't realize you guys have 1-year terms. So we'll get to see you for the whole year, and then it'll be somebody else next year.
Right. And my second term as mayor, so it's nice that way. You get some continuity. And this time, which is really nice now, is all the mayors now talk once a week, which we didn't do before. And so doing things together was more difficult. So it's a real advantage now to be on calls every week with all of them.
Well, I think we've talked to so many people who have loved Zoom, and it really has expanded a lot of our worlds. You know, the writing club, they talk to people across the world. We're able to have people via Zoom, doctors who would not normally be here. So I think that's kind of nice, because normally you probably all wouldn't get together in one spot.
Right. It's a real silver lining.
Exactly. So what we've been doing is we've been interviewing a few different mayors just around the vicinity, although we normally have the city of Laguna Woods on a regular basis. So this is kind of a twofold thing. So what I'd like to do is we'll go ahead and let's go through your update, and you can just kind of give me some feedback on that. And then at the end, I'll just kind of ask some additional questions that I may have regarding the city.
Okay, yeah, COVID has been a big concern for all of us this year. And with the last CARES Act funding, we were really happy to be able to help support our businesses we've waived all kinds of fees, like for sign ordinances where people require masks in different establishments, and because it changed so often, they would put new signs out. So that was a $76 fee that we've waived. There was a special events fee, like South County Outreach, not South County, the daycare center had outdoor events because they couldn't be inside, and the clients like to remain stimulated. And that was like $304. So we waived those fees. The temporary shade structures that you were using for the shot clinics, those were $284 conditional use permits, and we waived all those fees.
Right.
And we waived the $10 fee for senior mobility. I know we'll talk about that later. Mm-hmm. But we really wanted to waive fees for our businesses as much as possible.
Yeah, so that's great that you were able to do that, because like you said, things changed so rapidly, and then wow, everybody wanted to have tents. Man, those tent companies are making lots of money right now.
Right, exactly. So the things that we can do in the city, we really wanted to do. We did all no-cost permitting for the hairdressers and nail salons, anyone that wanted to do business outside.
Right.
We had like $191,000 in direct financial assistance to businesses. With $96,000 for business closures, $9,000 for different facility disinfections. For face coverings, there were like $86,000, of which VMS got almost $77,000 of that. Yeah. We do have other residential facilities in the city, those skilled nursing, assisted living, and 2 other senior housing places. So they did get some too.
Right. Well, it's a big place. I mean, even though Laguna Woods is a small city, you know, you've got the city within the city. So you've got our little village here. It's a giant city.
Right. And we all live there. We want to take care of it. And so that's why $77,000 went to that.
Absolutely. That's great. Now, another thing that's been happening is you have the the electricity utility subsidy program going on. How's that working?
Right. Well, we wanted to be able to help the residents too. So electricity costs go up and up and up all the time. And because we were all locked in, we had no choice really about when to run our appliances, except, you know, a few hours difference, but we were home all day long. And so we had to keep warm, keep cold, watch TV or use our computers, whatever it was that we did. So 103 households took advantage of that program, and we spent almost 13,000 reimbursing SCE customers, which I'm very happy about. And we were able to give the foundation by almost 15,000 for the grocery assist, because when they use Instacart and other delivery services, that costs even more and can really run up the costs, and people couldn't go out and do their own shopping and cooking and all that. So we were happy to do that too.
That's great. And it seems like so many cities are able to use the funds, and they are going to hopefully save so many businesses that were affected by COVID-19. So congratulations. Sounds like you guys are able to give a lot of money. So that's perfect.
Right.
Couple of other things that I know we've talked about before, not you and I, but Laguna Woods, the former mayor, about notary services. Now these are free.
Right. They're all free if you need for stocks or certificates, whatever you need to do, death certificates, life certificates, moving stocks, whatever you need. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we'd like you to call and make an appointment so that we keep to a minimum the people in City Hall, and we can devote our attention entirely to you. So we've always had it free, and that's a great service for the residents.
Absolutely. That is very nice. And then, as you alluded to, we were going to be talking about the senior mobility program, and that's changed.
It has changed a little bit, but we've waived all the fees, and it's a great discount. If you need to go to a doctor, it's anywhere from $6 to $16, and a taxi to Long Beach to the Veterans Administration can cost over $100. So any medical appointment is very, very low. You can go to Irvine Station for $10, and we're hoping that as the pandemic starts to let go, I hope, we'll have to see with these variants, but I hope if that's the case, that people will be out and about a little bit more, and that people that are vaccinated can meet with other people that are vaccinated, and have a little bit of socialization and not be so isolated. And there's just a lot of appointments, like your teeth cleaning or your pet to the vet. I mean, there's a lot of other things that you need to do too. So I hope people come back and start using our senior mobility.
Yeah,
it's a great.
It is a great program. I mean, those prices are really, really convenient. So that's awesome. And then one last thing that I haven't heard about, so this must be something brand new, is a senior rally day.
Actually, it's not brand new, but it's the California Senior Legislature. It's not through the city. It's an elected position that mirrors the legislature. We have an assembly and a Senate. I'm in the assembly. I chair the Health Policy Committee, and you get elected by your senior centers and other places. But Senior Rally Day, we usually have in a big tent on the Capitol lawn in Sacramento, and seniors come from all over the place. And our legislators address us and talk to us. Right now, we're talking about the Master Plan on Aging. And so obviously, we concern ourselves writing senior legislation that will benefit seniors. So this Senior Rally Day, we want you to save the date, May 4th. It will be, everyone can join from all over the state. That's one of the big benefits of Zoom, is that every senior from all over won't have to take buses. It'll be on Facebook Live and YouTube, and you'll be able to see it later. It'll be recorded. And Kim McCoy-Wade is the keynote speaker. She's the director from the Department on Aging. And Assembly Member Nazarian is going to provide closing remarks. And we'll have a budget update and all the legislation impacting seniors. And everything is wrapped around the Master Plan for Aging. There's like 5 different categories, and everybody is writing laws to do with that, as far as seniors: the nutrition, the housing, transportation, broadband, socialization. And it's wonderful. We usually used to be out on the lawn, and then we would all go in and walk the halls and discuss our bills and the ones we're promoting. So anybody can become a friend of CSL. There's a website for CSL.com, and you can support the senior legislature through your tax write-off on your state form, line 438.
Okay.
And it's a wonderful organization, and we all take recommendations for legislation that you think needs written. Most of our legislation comes from ideas from people just like you and just like our community.
Mm-hmm.
So in fact, that roommate bill was one of my proposals, so that anybody can share your home with somebody for either income or socialization.
Right. Oh, that's great. And I love the fact that anybody can join in on this, and it's going to be all virtual. So they'll have lots of activities and listening to these speakers. So, I mean, it's sad you can't be together, but nonetheless, at least we have a way to see it nonetheless. So that's great. Oh, awesome. That's great.
And there will be live breakout rooms with legislators and the exhibitors and everything like that. So there will be a little bit live, but most of it will be virtual.
That's great.
And viewed by everybody. So May 4th from 9 to 2, save the date.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, we'll continue to remind people about that throughout our This Day program, because that's a really great thing. So just real quick, wanted to touch base about just Laguna Woods as a whole. I mean, obviously we're moving into the red tier, or have moved into the red tier. What are some of the positive things that you're seeing right now happening for seniors?
The positive things that I see happening for seniors are the return to is number one, the number of vaccinations that the village has been able to administer. This is just fantastic. We don't get cumulative numbers like how many people have been vaccinated in the city, because vaccines come in from the state, they come in from the county, they come in from the federal government, they go to pharmacies, they go to healthcare companies, they go all over the place.
Right.
So we don't have those numbers yet, but the numbers we do have are the village, and that 9,000 people have been vaccinated here, and that's a wonderful thing. And people will be able to start socializing more and going out more, and maybe pretty soon the senior centers will be opening up again. The meals that have been delivered, that the Great Plates program and other programs that the county has been coordinating, these are also wonderful things. I'm very glad we're all coming through this, because the seniors are the most vulnerable. And not to say that we get the disease more, but when we do get COVID, unfortunately, the outcome is worse. That I'm very happy with the way we've done here. People have been very cooperative on the whole, and they're being slow to open the clubhouses. I support that. I think Jeff Parker's doing a terrific job, and Eileen Paulin, I just have to give them a shout out. It's wonderful to see, and it's something I can brag about to other mayors, how well my city.
Well, it's interesting, because if you take a look at what they did here in the village for the vaccination program, I mean, it really wasn't done anywhere else that we're aware of. And it's a great model for the future if we ever did need something like that. I mean, the folks here, like you mentioned, Jeff and Eileen, really jumped on an opportunity and made it happen with Memorial Care, and 9,000 people. That's pretty good.
That's fantastic. I mean, I think that's what we have is over 75 population is 9,000 people.
Yeah.
Now I know that they made a real effort not to waste any of the vaccines. So they, probably put some in arms of people that might be 65 or 66, just to not have it wasted by the end of the day. Exactly. And we had so many great volunteers over there. I was so impressed. I was lucky enough that they gave me a tour, and it was just wonderful. It really was. Residents were thrilled.
Yeah, I think it was a really great program. So anyway, other than that, thank you so much for sharing the information with us, and we'll probably see you in a month or so.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back after this.